What up, though, and welcome to one of the weirdest Victory Mondays I've had in my time here at Woodward Sports. I'm Easy, that's Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, Detroit Lions, that's the hot news of the day. They obviously destroyed the Dallas Cowboys, but as you've seen on the thumbnail, it unfortunately came at a cost. Should we save that for?
I mean, no. I think we should just get it out of the way. It's unfortunately the biggest headline of the show, of the game, of the show, of the week, of the year for the Detroit Lions. You know, Aidan Hutchinson, broken tibia and fibula, rushed right to the hospital, surgery, underwent surgery, successful surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dan Campbell said he's doing fine.
4 to 6
month recovery. Yeah. So,
however, the true Dan Campbell fashion, whether it's one of his Jedi mind tricks or not, but he said Hutch is not one guy he's ever going to count out by making that quicker.
It's not going to happen. Aidan Hutchinson's not playing football for the rest of the year. Yeah, it sucks. You know, he was the best player in football through the first 6 weeks of the season, first 5 weeks of the season, whatever it is. He was the runaway defensive player of the year favorite for the first quarter of the year. 8 sacks, leads the NFL, tied for sacks, leads the NFL in pressure win percentage,
pass rush win rate,
all the things that you would want out of a guy. He was doing it. He was a disruptor.
QB hits.
Sucks, man. Sucks.
Yeah, it's shitty, man. Like, for multiple reasons. Now, obviously, I know at the top of people's head, you're just thinking like about those Super Bowl odds, but not even. Like, my mind didn't go there first. Oddly enough,
I was like, is he gonna be okay?
Yeah, bro. Just because like he's been such a catalyst of everything they've done, everything this turnaround has been. I mean, he's your hometown kid. He's
the face of your team.
Got painted over Barry Sanders.
He's the face of your franchise.
He is the face of your franchise. And as much as I still believe this team could move forward and accomplish a lot of the goals they set out to accomplish, it just sucks that he's not going to be a part of it, knowing that he was part of all this.
Yeah.
Even being a thing.
He will be a part of it still. He played a big factor in these wins in where they are now. So, you know, he put his name on this season already, and you know, through the first 5 weeks, he would have been second on the team in sacks last year. So, like, he played a big role, and unfortunately, he's not going to be there when they hoist the Lombardi Trophy. Well, he'll be there, but he's not going to play in the game. But can't take away from him what he did already on this year.
This guy, Dalvin Hutch, he's going to be there. He'll be there.
He's going to be there, but he's not going to be playing.
I mean,
playing.
Elephant in the room here, boys. I mean, you got to go out and get somebody. There's no doubt about it. That's where Brad Holmes has to step up to the plate. This is too good of a roster everywhere else where you cannot just go with Josh Pascal here. And, you know, you're already down Davenport. You see Hutch get hurt. Fellas, this has to be addressed, and not lightly. I'm not talking a 5th rounder, a 6th rounder. I'm giving up prime capital to go out and get an elite pass rusher to put on this defense that's going to help this year, next year, and the year after that to pair with Hutch for the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this team needs to do.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that one. That's what they got to do. There's just no... Dan Campbell today said that his confidence relies in AG and his ability to coach around what he's been given. But I just think...
It's too important of a
think
piece to lose.
Before Hutch even got hurt, that this was your Super Bowl window.
Yes.
Your time is now.
Yes.
So going down in Aidan
time's
Hutchinson,
up.
who is just more than just a great piece of your team, but quite literally, as we spoke before, the leader in every defensive lineman category, you gotta step up to the plate and put something there.
Yes. You have to. You absolutely have to. You were looking like one of, if not the best teams in football, and you just lost the best player on the best team in football. So you can't just rely on, like Nick said, Pascal and Levi and those guys to make up for that. I saw someone comment, there's only like 3 people in the world right now that can produce or replace the production that Aidan Hutchinson was giving you. So that alone, you're not just going to find a one piece, okay, here you go, here's your Hutch replacement. Because everybody's looking for their Hutch replacement. There are some good guys on some bad teams, though, that could be an important piece in this stretch, and there are guys that can definitely help this team going forward, and I fully expect Brad Holmes to go out there and get one of them, at least one of them.
Chris, you want to say something?
Yeah, I think it's very important that you get somebody that does, like you said, fit long term, because these type of injuries, like I've seen it in other sports. This is a type of injury. This is one of the few injuries that takes not only some time to get healthy, but also some time just to get back to game shape. I mean, we've seen it in basketball with players like Paul George, players like Gordon Hayward, who were just never the same. But some players like Paul George, it took them a year, 2 years to get back to that elite playing level, in addition to just physically being back. So this is something that you have to address for not only this year, but going forward next season as well. So you have to keep in mind that whoever you're getting is somebody that is going to have to not necessarily directly replace Hutch, but be able to work with Hutch and help him, because he might not be the same player for X amount of time when he comes back from his injury. That's just unfortunately the nature of this injury.
Yep.
It's 100% where I'm at. Like, beyond just like this year too, but somebody
we were talking about
wanted
getting
this
a guy
before.
to go with Hutch.
Yes, we wanted this beforehand. So like, you got to get somebody, please. The window's now. The time is now. Get somebody next to Hutch, and preferably, like you said, somebody on a rookie deal that's not gonna, not gonna cost you another player in the future.
Phil in the Woodward Sports Chat says the team will step up. It's called the team for a reason. One guy does not make the team. That's good in like Disney movies and stuff like that. Like, I love the sentiment. It's great locker room talk. But you're lying to yourself if you think that's true. Aidan Hutchinson was the best defensive player in football. These guys on this team are not going to step up to replace that kind of impact. You cannot have these guys, as well as I think they're going to do, as well as I know they can do, it's not what Aidan Hutchinson was. And you need something to at least hamper that loss. He was first in everything. Everything. When you look at defensive edge rushers. So, the team. I'm all for it, and I like these guys, and they're not going to replace Hutch's production. They won't. They're not good enough.
Like, there is definitely some to like schematics and just changing what you're doing, because not every team has Aidan Hutchinson, and there are teams performing better defensively than us, but they still have other pieces. And the other thing too is a little bit of success we have seen. He's been a part of it. Like, whether he's getting to the quarterback or not, he is something that offensive coordinator that week leading up to that game is game planning how to stop Aidan Hutchinson. We saw it against the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving last year. They pulled their center, had a running back, and a tight end along with the tackle trying to stop Aidan Hutchinson. Like, that's what he presents. That's the challenge he gives the offensive coordinator. So, like, yes, you can coach around it, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be used to. And let's face it, like, AG's kind of just now showing the fruits of his labor this year. And again, Aidan Hutchinson's already been a piece of that outside of 21. We'll see. I will say this, though. I mean, Aleem showed out yesterday.
Yes.
Brian Branch, I paid attention. Yeah, 2 of those turnovers came after the Aidan Hutchinson injury. So I still think this defense can produce, but just crunch time moments or big moments require big players. And I think that's what we have to go out there and get.
We've talked about it so much about having to get to the quarterback in the playoffs, and specifically the Super Bowl. You're going against elite talent. You need that on your defensive line, like we've gone over with a Chris Jones or with an Aaron Donald. You think about the past Super Bowl winners, they all have that guy on the D-line, and our guy just got injured for the year. And it's more than just on the field, I think, for Hutchinson as well. He is the leader of that defense. He's the heart and soul of that line of scrimmage. And it sucks right now, no doubt about it. And we kicked the living shit out of the Cowboys.
Yes, we did.
That was so great. And it had to just get freaking crushed by this Aidan Hutchinson news. I'm not thrilled, obviously, but Brad Holmes, he's one of the best GMs in the league. But one thing we haven't seen so far, can he make trades during the season for elite talent? I don't know. We haven't seen it yet. I believe he probably can, because he's so good at everything else, but he needs to go out and show us now. Brad's got to pick this team up and go get him some support.
The leader on sacks, or the leader in sacks at the end of the year can't be a guy who's on this team right now. I'll just say it like that. The guy who you need to grab something, and I'm not saying Max Crosby or Myles Garrett, because those are, you look at, all right, let's just replace Hutch with another top 3 edge rusher in the NFL. That's not how it's going to work.
Doesn't usually work that way.
It's not going to happen that way. But you look at guys like Trey Hendrickson. He is a possibility of a guy that could be out there. Mm-hmm. A guy like Zadarius Smith is a possibility of someone who can move around. Maybe Cam Jordan, if the Saints are really off the rails without Derek Carr back there. we'll see if your soul is set on Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. It's probably not going to end up being that.
My soul is set on them as like the priority for damn sure.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But the
obviously I would love
expectation
to have
falls
Myles
more
Garrett.
along like the Cam Jordan, Trey Hendricksons. But like if you're, I look at the Von Miller trade that the Rams made, and then went on and win the Super Bowl. Like the Jalen Ramsey one, like you can grab those guys. You just have to be willing to put your dick on the table to do it. And that's just where we haven't seen Brad do that. Just straight up, we have not seen Brad do that. We see him move third round picks and to like pieces that we like too. Terrion, Carlton Davis, and we're talking about a little bit later too. But you really have to go fuck them picks. You have to go all out to acquire that piece. I don't know if that's in Brad's DNA.
Yeah.
I just don't know. And maybe we haven't, he hasn't had that foundation enough where he's comfortable enough to pull out his dick. But in order to make that move, that's what you got to do. And it's not a trait of our guy, Brad Holmes. And we're probably going to end up with Trey Hendrickson, which I think is fine.
Would be great.
But I want a fucking Max Crosby.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Everybody wants him. you know?
Yeah.
So do the Raiders.
Yeah.
Everybody wants him on their team. So do the Raiders.
I caught a clip of Ryan Clark on the way in, and he's like, "This." The unfortunate part of that is like at that point you're asking teams to give up their identities, and that's just not something they're willing to do. Even like the Josh Hines Allen one, he just got paid this offseason. I think Trayvon Walker is a little bit of a possibility, and I kind of even like that one. But I know the guys we're looking for. They're looking for you expect a thicker gentleman that's going to set the edge, as well as rush the passer.
Yeah.
Don't expect none of these. Hassan Reddick beyond him just wanting to get paid. I just don't see it as
Not a chance.
the type of guy they're going after. I know a lot of people. James Houston, we're kind of high on this year. I don't think that's going to come to fruition. Like we're going to go out there and get it. And I think Trey Hendrickson's a name. That's the one I could see coming in for sure. That owner's pretty cheap. He wants to be traded before the season started. As we talked about yesterday, relationships with DJ Reader, relationship with Eric Glenn.
Yep.
That's the one I think is
They know
probably
him.
more likely to happen.
They're familiar with him. You know, they coached him. This is a guy that was with them in New Orleans and obviously played next to DJ Reader in Cincinnati. So that would be, I think, highest upside, least expensive option.
Yeah. Most
Really
realistic.
wish the Giants could have taken care of business last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been huge.
Lower the price a little bit for that
But
one.
maybe you look at the Giants and are they shopping a Brian Burns? Are they shopping someone like that? You know, they just got him, but their team is ass.
Yes. Speaking
So-
of not wanting to give up identities, you've seen it before. The Raiders have done this though, moving off of a premier pass rusher in a guy like Khalil Mack to the Bears, and we saw it kind of catapult that Bears team forward in doing so. And they didn't do it out of necessity with a defensive player of the year candidate going down, but I still think that you could, sky's the limit. If you want to give up 2 late first rounders for an all pro type talent, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I would do it 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I think Brad has to think. At least I hope he's thinking this way. It's like you're going to be drafting late either way. Like you can almost look at this as a second rounder, really. And you got pieces. I mean, this guy drafts like no other.
Exactly.
Truly. So like you're going to have pieces that you're not going to be able to afford to keep that then become tradable assets in my mind. But also, this is the same gentleman, and this is not a knock on him at all, but just like an observation. I remember 2 years ago, he's talking about Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. He broke down and started crying. This is an organization that cares about their players. They grow attachment to the players. So I don't think they necessarily look at them as assets when he's a drafted guy by him. So we'll see. This story's yet to write itself. I tell you what, and maybe I say this before we come back, I don't know if this happens until after they see what this
Oh, no, it's not
this
going to
group
happen.
looks like.
Like, if you're expecting a new pass rusher to be on this team for Minnesota, that's not going to happen.
No.
If this happens, when it happens, because I expect them to grab something, it's going to be in a couple of weeks at least.
I'm trying to see how old Khalil Mack was when that trade went down, too. I'm pretty sure he was fairly young. We'll
think
get
he
all the
was
numbers
on-
on that when we come back. But first, we got to go to break. I got to tell you guys, Mark White, it's the best place to go right now. You're looking for a new home. You're buying or selling. He'll save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. Just give him a call. Simple. 248-290-8242. Visit him at markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242. Visit him at markwhitesells.com.
And let me tell you about Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. You can get $1,000 as a bonus bet if your bet loses. Just use code Woodward 1000. Minimum bet $25. Your first bet, if you use code Woodward 1000, is risk-free. You'll get it back up to $1,000 if the bet doesn't hit. Scan that QR code, and again, use code Woodward1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. And he's joined by Spinmore Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick.
Let's go.
We're talking about Aidan Hutchinson stuff, possibilities, replacements. Keep the names rolling. We'll review them in the chat. We wrote some down as well. We might do a segment about it. But we do want to get on to a little bit of the positive stuff, and this is the Detroit Lions' absolute routing of the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry's world on Jerry's birthday. Ha, 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 ha. Happy birthday, Jerry. Listen, I saw a clip of them walking back to the locker room following the game. You could hear a fucking mouse take a shit. It was. I want to know what that locker room was like in there following that game. What an ass whooping that was. And it's everything we told you it was going to be. It's everything we told you this Dallas Cowboys team was last year. Mm-hmm. This year, obviously, missing a little piece on defense. It was healthy on offense. Was doing shit. Not a fucking touchdown scored yesterday, gentlemen. Not a single one. The one time, in fact, I remember they got into the red zone. Maybe it was 2 other times because they only had 9 points.
Yeah.
Brian Branch picked that bitch off.
Brian Branch picked it off in the end zone. Kirby Joseph, 4 interceptions on the season so far, all of them in the end zone. They do not let teams score when they get in the red zone. You love to see that. This was, before obviously the devastating injury, the most satisfying game I've ever seen the Detroit Lions play. They were dominating them in all sides of the ball, in all facets of the game. The refs didn't play a factor in it. They didn't allow the refs to play a factor in it. They were running the ball down their throat with Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, just gashing them in the run game. And Jared Goff, someone must pooped in his Wheaties or, I don't know. He is absolutely lighting teams on fire. His past 3 games, he has been very, very, very good. And it's awesome to watch. We saw Tim Patrick get involved. We saw Jameson Williams be a focal point. Amon-Ra St. Brown got in there a little late.
Penny fucking Sewell.
Penny Sewell, hitching ladder.
Taylor Decker got
They were
involved.
determined to get offensive.
Out there.
I coined it the 3 flicker, which was the pitch to David Montgomery, back to Amon-Ra, back to Jared Goff, to Sam Laporta for the touchdown. Just an amazing play designed by Ben Johnson. That guy should have got a game ball. And another guy that should have got a game ball is Jake Bates.
Jake Bates
was perfect in this game.
17 points.
17 points. He had 4 field goals, knocked them all down, knocked down all his extra points as well. It was great to see that. Jake Bates just going out there. Again, another time this year where he bails out the offense. Amon-Ra St. Brown got a penalty for taunting or unsportsmanlike conduct or whatever that was after his touchdown. Backed up the extra point attempt. Jake Bates knocks it down. Did the same thing when J-Mo dunked the football in the goalpost.
He's better from distance.
Yeah. I feel more
He really
comfortable with
is.
him kicking a 40-yarder than a 20-yarder.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Detroit Lions. I haven't seen a routing. There's been one other time I saw a routing like that from this team, but it didn't come with the history the Dallas Cowboys gave you, because obviously you saw it yesterday, the refs were on display. I may be biased in that as a Lions fan, but I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, the Detroit Lions fucking routed Tim Tebow and the Denver Broncos. I think that was at their place as well. I remember Stephen Tulloch was fucking hitting the Tebow after sacks and whatnot. Like, this is that style game, like reincarnated for the Detroit Lions, except for this one against the Cowboys, who routinely fucked you.
Yes.
You had the picked up flag, the game from last year. Kirby had an extra interception taken off the board.
Taken away.
It was, I guess, a fair.
It was a
fair
good call.
holding call.
It was
but
a good call.
That's a routine play in my mind, still though, out of the linebacker position
Happens a lot.
or any coverage. Exactly. Kirby. I'm sorry, I already said the Kirby one. Penay's touchdown called back. J-Mo had a touchdown called back. Like, it was so much more of an ass whooping, and those plays still happen for people to see. They're like in your memory, but they just didn't count on the board. It was beautiful. And what happened these past 2 weeks? You said someone shit in Jared Goff's Wheaties? No. That run game. Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell finally got back to the identity of this football team, and it's Sonic and Knuckles. Give those guys the ball and put the fear of God into the defensive side. Like you saw in the first touchdown run, another angry run. I don't know if when's the Cypher, or was it called Scepter?
Scepter.
Does it come out tomorrow? Because he has to do Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
He might get it again.
You should.
He might get it again. That was another
It was
filthy
awesome.
one.
Yeah,
I love
dudes
Dave
grasping
Montgomery.
for air. And you're right, that run game, a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. These guys went out there, and David Montgomery, boom, boom, right in your face, right down the middle. And then you give Jahmyr Gibbs the ball, you put Hess in front of him, and he is gashing the Cowboys like 10 yards a carry. They were giving it to him, and he'd get a first down. They're like, all right, I guess first and 10, we'll run it again. Another first down. Yeah, well, we might as well, if it ain't broken, I ain't fix it. Run it again, another first down. It is exactly what I wanted to see, exactly what I expected to happen. You have, I think, the best running back tandem in football, the best running game in football. Obviously, Baltimore is going to be up there because their quarterback runs for 1,000 yards a game. But without a mobile quarterback, the Lions have the best running game in football. And seeing them just exert their will against these shitty, poopy Dallas Cowboys, it was awesome. I loved every minute of it. I loved seeing Jordan Lewis cry like a little bitch during and after the game. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But I just, it was so awesome seeing David Montgomery be David Montgomery.
Yes.
I said it. I disrespected him earlier in the year. I said he might not be top 15. He might be top 3 so far this season. Like, David Montgomery has been one of the best backs in the NFL, and he's so reliable. They never fumble the ball. They just go out there
He is
and take
fucking
care of
locked
Chris, shout out.
in this
did not
season.
He said it was personal, and he's playing like it.
You just feel it, and it's crazy because you're not even in the fucking building to feel like the aura, the intent that he has when he has that football in his hands. He is looking to fucking hurt somebody or prove a point on every single run, and I just love it. And there's no, yes, obviously when he scores the touchdowns, you get the sellies, but there's just like, it's just business as usual. It's none of the fucking none of that shit. It's like, let's fucking go again.
Yep.
Feed me that rock
give him
again.
the ball.
Let's fucking go, boys.
That's all he wants. That's all he cares about. Nick?
I think we could legit do 2 hours just on our run game.
Yes.
Between
honestly
Gibbs and
could.
D-Mon. And I'd be fired up talking about it, but I want to
Yeah.
give some shine here to the quarterback, fellas. And this quarterback, Jared Goff, is leading the whole entire NFL in yards per attempt. And you think about it. One thing that I wanted to see Goff improve on, fellas, the deep ball accuracy. He was able to get the ball to Tim
that
Patrick,
air yards or
get
just
the ball
yards?
to J-Mo, 8.9 yards per attempt, leading the league, leading the NFL. So it doesn't matter to me. He's leading the NFL. He's getting better, and I think that is so big. If he hits on these deep passes, which he has struggled with early in his Lions career, so for him to be able to hit these deep balls opens up everything for that elite run game where you can't just load the box.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's a
personally.
run game opening
the
those
run
up.
game opens those up.
No, vice
I
versa,
wanted to
though.
get into that next segment, the Jared Goff factor and all the different pass catchers that came in.
Chris has something too.
Yeah, we only had 3 minutes left. That deserves a lot of praise by itself. Chris?
I mean, it was kind of to go off of, because I can't really say much more than you guys have already said when you look at just what that run game did this game. But my friend who doesn't watch a lick of sports, he has like the best analogy for Montgomery. He's just like, he was just watching the game with me, and he goes, dude, there is no way that we are the same species. Like, we are both not humans. There's no way doing what he does. And he knows nothing about sports. He doesn't understand the context of scheming or anything like that. He just watches this dude physically impose his will every single drive, and it's amazing to see. But you're right, you're right, Nick. Like, it does work the reverse effect, that if Goff can really unlock that deep ball and J-Mo can be that deep threat, which is why I think they kind of force-fed him a lot early in the season to really just establish that as a real threat, that it will help the run game even more, even though it all starts with the run game. But that will also benefit the run game as well and make it even more unstoppable.
Yeah, and I do want to get into Jared Goff and Tim Patrick and Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta getting involved in this game. But I'm going to save that for the next segment because we only got 1 minute left here. So I did just want to say this. I said it on the stream. I said it when Herman Moore invited us on his show. You got to send 5 to stop 5. Like, when David Montgomery has the ball, one guy's not going to get him down. 2 guys aren't going to get him down. 3 guys probably aren't going to get him down, and then he'll bounce off them and make somebody else look stupid. So to get 5 down, you got to send 5. And he was running like that, man. Like just an absolute madman making things happen. You loved to see it. We do got to go to break, though. Tell us about the pregame show, Nick.
Every single game day, make sure you guys check out Woodward and Maine. It's 8 to 9 a.m. every Sunday, and it's with Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. And after that, make sure you guys check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show. It's with Sean Belesian and Neil Rule. Every Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. And for home games, make sure you check out Second Best Bar in Detroit. It's the best bar. Come get some.
And let me tell you about New Holland Brewing Company. Taller Long Drink is my favorite alcoholic beverage in the game right now. It's a gin-based cocktail made with real grapefruit puree here in Michigan. Naturally sourced, great stuff. It's the small batch London gin from New Holland, so make sure you check it out when you can. Taller Long Drink. Ask for it the next time you're at a bar.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
What up, though? Welcome back to Order Waits live on sports.com. Me, joined by Spinmo Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Guys, we obviously did our live stream, and so we're kind of talking to each other, going over the game live, and I didn't get to hear the Tom Brady call, but watching it back last night, at one point, he wished that he was the quarterback of this offense.
Yeah, he said, I would love to quarterback this offense.
I would love to. This offense is just grooving so well that he's like, bro, I could I might be able to come back and hop in this motherfucker. Goddamn. Things are clicking to perfection for the Detroit Lions offense these last 2 weeks. I mean, literally perfection against the Seahawks. Spinny, you wanted to dive in on JG.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to dive in. We talked about this rushing offense a little bit. Now it's time to talk about the passing offense and what this guy's been doing. I can't say another because he just missed it 2 weeks ago, but a 300-yard passing game, 3 touchdowns on the day for Jared Goff. it was impressive to see him taking command of this offense. A couple of these passes, like the Tim Patrick pass down the sideline and the Jameson Williams touchdown pass, these weren't like some of the normal passes we see from Jared Goff where he's got all day in the pocket, sitting back there, scanning over the field and making the right throw. These were 5 to 7 yard drops where he just goes deep, cocks it back, and unloads it. And we saw a couple of those in this game against the Dallas Cowboys. He put it right in a breadbasket. Perfect pass for Jameson Williams. The one to Tim Patrick was kind of underthrown, but it doesn't matter. He just gave his guy a chance to make the play, and he made the play. And that is something you love to see. I'll start with Tim Patrick because this is a guy that we expected to make plays like this. We expected him to be this kind of weapon in this offense where he's not going to see 10, 12, 13 targets a game. He's going to see a couple down the sideline, and that's what we saw in this game. A couple deep breaking routes, 50-50 ball. This is what this guy is. He's a 6'4", 215-pound wide receiver with long arms, and he's going to go and make a play over a bum-ass cornerback like Amon-Ra. And that's exactly what we saw. Jared Goff said, fuck it, Tim down there somewhere, and launched it, and Tim Patrick made the play for him, fighting through interference, which wasn't called, you dick-sucking refs. But I loved seeing that. Tim Patrick made another play in the game later on. Even Khalif Raymond had like 7 catches for 80 yards in this game. Like, it was just, the offense was in full effect in the passing game for sure.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, this is really exciting to see because we saw this offense last year. They did have to rely a lot on a guy like Josh Reynolds. He was there for big first downs, some passes down the field. And I believe, I mean, to be quite honest, Tim Patrick, I was not familiar with your game like that. This dude's a
Welcome to Tim Patrick
baller.
show.
Yeah, like
that's why I couldn't believe the way people were talking about him when we
It's
signed
insane. Yeah. I love Tim Patrick since forever ago when he saved my fantasy season.
Yep.
He is that type of guy. That's what he brings to this offense.
Yeah, and this is obviously Jared Goff needs that in this offense. He needed that third wide receiver to be able to make these plays. And like we've talked about, it takes some pressure off a guy like St. Brown, a guy like Jameson Williams, probably J-Mo more than anybody, to be honest. Because Tim Patrick's making these tough catches, big body. He's going to come in clutch and get massive first downs for this team to extend drives throughout this season. And I love it because the sky's the limit for this offense. Like, we're back to having the best offense in football, and I don't think it's close either.
My favorite part of this game was when they went to Jameson Williams on the crossing route, and he had wide open space. Probably would have taken it for another 60-yard touchdown like he did against the Seahawks, but he dropped the ball. Took his eyes off of it. Was too excited to get the ball in his hands and start going. Lost
Concentration.
Yeah, concentration, and he dropped the ball. They didn't put that down. They didn't pull him out of the game. They run the same exact play right after, hit him in the same exact route, in the same exact part of the field, and he makes the catch and gets the first down. That shows the confidence that Jared Goff, this offense, and Ben Johnson has in Jameson Williams. This kid is slowly, I don't even want to say slowly, but he is becoming wide receiver 1 on this team. Ooh. It is awesome to watch him play when he gets the ball in the open field. We saw his touchdown. It wasn't a double move. It wasn't a screen. It wasn't a pick play. He just absolutely burnt Trayvon Diggs like cooked toast right off the line, got right past him, and Jared Goff knows if J-Mo gets the step on somebody, throw it as far as he can, he's going to run under it, and that's exactly what he did. He put it in the corner of the end zone. J-Mo made the adjustment, made the catch on a perfectly thrown ball by Goff, and it's a touchdown. This kid is electric when you put the ball in his hands, man.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of dove deep into the tape with my guy Dosha Dion, shout out, to try to figure out what happened in that Tampa Bay game. It was like the teams figure us out, but we did peep. There's a lot more zone coverage against Jared Goff. In fact, he leads the league in cover 3 zone, and more specifically buzz. They try to like an invert Tampa 2 almost, the way they make it look when they switch things up. Doesn't fucking matter. He's seen them almost like 50% of the time.
Yeah.
He also has the highest completion percentage against them and the most touchdowns when he's facing that cover 3. It's not working because we dictate what the defense does. And again, like you said before, it starts running that football. But after then on, Jared Goff is eating them up.
Yeah.
In the rest of the field. And speaking of which, you mentioned Jameson Williams. Currently leads the Detroit Lions in wide receiving yards, 365 to Amon-Ra St. Brown's 289. Amon-Ra more receptions, obviously, but Jameson Williams
in yards per catch.
Yeah, 22 point
22 yards per catch.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane. And so, like, I think Just a Fan said this earlier. You said Goff can't throw the deep ball. No, it's not his game. It's not his game to throw a deep ball. But when you run the ball that well, it opens
Makes
it up.
a lot easier.
I've said this expression all the time. That's why I'm confused. You miss on it because you watch the show quite often, and I love you for it. The deep ball in the NFL was like the home run in baseball. Everyone could hit one, but some guys hit them more. When this offense is humming like this, you see JG do what he did yesterday. He was 2 or 3 on his deep passes, over 20 yards. 2 of them to Jameson Williams. The only one he missed was to Khalif Raymond. And that was in the beginning of the game before he even got going. And I think that's the only reason why he missed him. He had him and I think Laporta. But after that, no other passes were sailed over anybody's head. They were kind of on the money.
It was fun to watch, man. And I say wide receiver 1, but I don't really care who gets that deliberation in this offense because I say it all the time. It's a how do you want it offense. And you've got different guys that can hurt you in different ways. We saw Khalif Raymond had like I said, he had like 7 catches and 80 yards in this game. Obviously, Sam Laporta, welcome back to the game plan, had the big 3-flicker touchdown where he shows he's healthy. That ankle's fine because he outrun everybody after he got that pass. Made a great catch on that and then took off down the sideline for the touchdown. It's so awesome to have this many weapons at your disposal where you're fighting to say who's the wide receiver 1, who's the most important player in this offense, because you've got so many guys that could take things to the house when they get the ball in their hands. And we're seeing Ben Johnson use these weapons to perfection. It's so much fun to watch.
It's fucking beautiful. This offense is elite. Tom Brady yesterday, again, said he wishes he could run this offense. That's how well things are going. And then after, I guess he's been doing this LFG player of the game, like let's fucking go player of the game.
Give Penei
Sewell, the first offensive lineman in the LFG player of the game history to receive that award, and it just gives perspective just how well this entire thing's going, I guess. And I wouldn't want it any other way because there's some questions to begin the season.
You know, we're at the live watch party at Hayes Social presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki Crispy Chicken Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. And I was doing a little play-by-play. I thought I was doing a pretty good job. And I just noticed every time they'd run the ball, it would be, Goff hands it off to Gibbs over that right side. Hands it off to David Montgomery. He cuts back and he heads to the right side. Oh, the pitch to the right side. Because this guy, Penei Sewell, dude, like, I love him so much. He is my favorite player I've ever seen play football. Like, I love Penei Sewell. And just watching him absolutely obliterate anybody in front of him at any time is so awesome. It's like lineman porn if you watch Penei Sewell's game tape because he doesn't make mistakes. He always hits somebody. He hits them hard, and it's not just one person that he's taking down when he's lead blocking. It's so awesome. And literally, if the rare occasion where a linebacker stuffs a hole or the gap's not open for Gibbs or Montgomery, they just turn and go to the right side of the line because they know Penei Sewell's over there and they know he's winning his block. I loved the little swing back, hook and ladder to Penei Sewell from Amon-Ra St. Brown. The thing about it that I loved the most was the penalty on it because Frank Ragnow was so excited to get out there and try to lead block for Penei Sewell that he got called with the ineligible man down the field. Because, Frank Ragnow, he's been around. He's the longest tenured Detroit Lion. He's the gray bush of the team.
Yeah.
He goes out there and he's sprinting off the line of scrimmage because he's trying to get there and make sure Penei gets in the end zone. I thought that was so funny. It was a great play call by Ben Johnson. And, the boys were just having fun out there on offense. Everybody was eating. Everybody was dominating. You felt like whoever got the ball, they were going to make something happen. Like, you give it to Khalif Raymond in the flat, and it's like, oh, there's a 20-yard gain. Like, wow, look at that. Eat shit, Dallas. Happy birthday, Jerry, you old geriatric fuck. Here's 46 right on your head top.
I just love it because, by the way, anybody, I hope you guys do this. If you're on Twitter or active on Twitter after the last year's New Year's game when we got absolutely fucked over by Brad Allen. But also, I think it was Chris Sims posted something about the Cowboys being a contender in the offseason. And I commented underneath and I was like, when the fuck? Why are we talking about the Cowboys being contenders? They got fucking boat raced at home last year by the Green Bay Packers. They didn't even make the NFC Conference Championship. And then obviously this year started, and that's actually before this season even started. They didn't acquire anybody throughout the offseason.
Eric Kendricks was their biggest,
They're close to nothing to get better from the team that got boat raced
said they were all in.
at home.
They brought back
to call
Zeke.
them contenders, I was like, what? How the fuck are you going to call these guys contenders? So naturally, I got attacked by Dallas Cowboys fans. Outside of the Hutch situation, that kind of reserved me a little bit yesterday. I would best believe I was quote tweeting. I was quoting every single one of the motherfuckers had something to say. And I suggest you guys do the same because fuck the Cowboys.
That's exactly what we expected to happen. It's exactly what we said was going to happen all week. And you normally don't like to take that kind of approach when it comes to a Lions game.
No.
But there was nothing you could say that be like, this isn't going to happen. Because it was in there. The writing was on the wall that this ass whooping was ready to happen in Jerry's world. And I was just, like I said, it went from the best game I've ever seen to the worst game I've ever seen in one play.
And like this segment was majority about this offense going against a banged up Dallas defense. That you could say that, whatever. That's true. When we come back and talk about this defense, mind you, who was hurt in the Dallas offense?
Oh yeah, nobody. Well, Brandon Cooks, but that's it.
Come on, like this guy, CeeDee Lamb, got to
He's
see
old anyway.
our version of CeeDee, and it wasn't ugly. It was actually. I mean, he got his.
My boy,
No, I don't think he even had 100 yards.
Scary Terry on was out there making plays, dude.
Hell yeah.
Big game for the
he
Rook.
did. You see how hyped the fucking sideline got in that fourth down stop for Terry Arnold? Everybody, AG, Dan Campbell, they were waiting for that shit. No DPIs.
Nope. Nobody.
On the entire defense yesterday.
Yes. Huge.
Crazy. Let's come
pray
back.
for times like this. Real quick on
amen.
this offense before we get off
and then
of it.
Chris, I said that for you
Fellas,
too.
After hanging out 42 and 47, this is now officially the number one scoring offense, averaging 30.2 points per game in the NFL. This team is just going to have to outscore a bunch of teams if Hutchinson, if we don't get help on the end. And I know we're going to talk about that coming up.
That's fair. Happy birthday, Jared Goff, by the way.
It's his birthday today?
Today's Jared Goff's birthday.
Happy birthday, Jared.
Jared Thomas Goff.
What a great gift you gave Jerry on his birthday.
Yeah.
He should send you like 47 cookies or something in the mail.
Something like that. Chris, you about to say something before we went to break?
I mean, I was actually going to bring up the stat that Nick, because I came across that too, about the Lions' offense being number one again, and it's just, it's great.
Feels
it's
so
great to
good to be back.
Yes,
It really does. It really does. This is what I expected this offense to look like in the offseason. They said offense 401, and we've seen offense 401 the past 2 games. And it's because they went back to offense 232 and just started running the ball down people's fucking throats. We do got to go to break, though. Easy, tell us about Swiss.
Swiss Insurance, guys, make sure your rates aren't climbing up and your deductibles aren't doing the same. Call my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance. Phone number is right on the screen, 313-530-1698. Email him directly, mark@swissins.com. Tell him you're MVP of the game. It's Mark at Swiss, 313-530-1698.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports live at Hayes Socials in Shelby Township for every Lions game. Celebrate those wins with the smooth 1800 Tequila, the proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. It is 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. Please drink responsibly.
We got a couple super chats I want to get to that we missed.
Shout out
to Byrne in the Woodward Sports Ship. He said, feels like the Vikings game is now a must perform for our D-line to keep that price down so we don't appear desperate at the deadline. Definitely. Elgato says, I watched the post-game speech 10 times and teared up. Yeah, it was tough, man. A lot of weird feelings in that locker room. And Eduardo O'Neill says, AG deserves assistant of the game, to be honest. I'm not mad at that at all. Like, if you could make a case for Aaron Glenn, you can make a case for Ben Johnson. Either way, these guys put on a show, and we can get to that defense right now.
All right, can we?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, there's so many fucking places we can start with this. And again, yesterday, there was no one missing outside of Brandon Cooks from the Dallas Cowboys offense.
Nobody.
They still had CeeDee Lamb, who's one of the best in the league. You still have Dak Prescott, who is top 10, top 12, depending on the week.
Rico Dowdle.
9 points. Only 9 points allowed. CeeDee Lamb, under 100 yards
that was
yesterday.
Crazy.
Quite possibly, and we said top 3. We reserved ourselves, and we took a step back. So, okay, maybe top 3. How about the best safety tandem in the NFL right now?
The best.
Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch. How about all you sickos that were scared to have Brian Branch out there as a safety? What did we tell you? What did I tell you? This is the Detroit Lions version of Troy Polamalu. You know who Kirby Joseph's becoming? The Detroit Lions version of Ed Reed. And they're on the same team together during the same time. This is insanity, and you're watching it play out in front of you.
Yeah.
Scuffle, laugh, whatever you want. This safety tandem is fucking elite. Yesterday, on Brian Branch's first interception, and I'm sure not everybody noticed it, they said, oh, Brian Branch's interception, fucking sick. Before that, that wasn't even his guy. He played the flat, and then sunk deep, after the ball was thrown to fucking steal it. Just like baited Dak Prescott into making that throw. Like, he is next level. Only year 2. You guys want me to admit that I was wrong on something? It's the fact that Brian Branch is going to take time to adapt to whatever this defense and his role in this defense will be. This guy's an absolute fucking stud. And you still have Kirby Joseph, who technically, outside of the holding call around Alex Anzalone, had 2 interceptions yesterday.
Yep.
1 called back. Now, 1 was against fucking Crash Harper, whatever the fuck his name is.
Cooper Rush.
There you go. Crash Harper. Works the same. This safety tem's fucking amazing. And just one more shout out, too, because I know he's not going to get his love because he didn't get an interception. He left the game early. But Carlton Davis
played like a menace.
Brother, we have Tampa Bay buddies. We've had them on the show. Guys in PFF. Guys that have like big followings themselves. And they kind of like, I'm not going to lie, they kind of poo-pooed on you a little bit.
Sycamore loved him.
You know, he did. But he kind of poo-pooed on a little bit, too. Like, yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, you have Tampa. I mean, brother, we haven't had a you since I can ever remember. And that's not even like you're shutting everybody down, but you're at least giving them fits.
It's Darius. He's the best corner we've had since Darius Slay.
We've never had a guy you could do that with. Ever. And one of those was on an end zone throw, too.
Yeah.
God bless Carlton Davis. God bless Aaron Glenn. God bless his defense. Lee McNeil, I saw you too, bud.
Lee McNeil made some great plays. I do want to go to that secondary, that safety tandem first, though. Like, we got to think of a nickname for them because you got Sonic and Knuckles on one side with the running backs. Now we got to think of a nickname for them. Are they Shadow and Tails? Like, what do you want to call them in the back end? But they are bringing
Shaq and Kobe,
Scooby and Shaggy. Like, these guys are making plays, man. 4 turnovers forced combined between your 2 safeties. Obviously, Brian Branch with 3 of those things on his own with 2 interceptions and a forced fumble, which was just absolutely beautiful punch by Brian Branch to keep that ball inbounds too. Terrion picks it up. Kirby Joseph, I'm done with this. I'm done with the slander and what people said about him before the season. I don't care anymore. Just you were wrong. He is the best ball hawk in the NFL, and it's so awesome to watch these guys play freely now. Because, like I said, on Woodward in Maine today, you don't have traffic cones in front of them. You don't have Cam Sutton and Jerry Jacobs in front of them. You've got Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis who are staying attached to their wide receivers, who are staying in the hip pocket of these guys so Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch can play the ball, play the quarterback, and do what they do. It's so much fun to watch them play in that backfield, defensive backfield, and just see them get their hands on balls repeatedly. Pause.
Brian Branch, to me, was the MVP of the game for everything you guys highlighted. The interception, the absolute falcon punch to the football to knock it loose. I mean, even on the slow-mo, I mean, you just see it coming.
That was great.
It was incredible. But people were saying on this show that I was crazy for having the Cowboys at 10 points and the Lions blowing them out. And I even played it safe. I think I had the biggest score spread of all of us. And even I played it safe, and it was because
I had 34-17
of this defense. I had, I think, 34-10.
Yeah, he had something crazy. He had like 38-10 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. And I still was wrong. I still was wrong, but and I know we just gave a lot of love last segment to the offense, but this defense did equally as good a job. It did exactly what it needed to do.
They did a better job.
I agree with that. They made plays in the end zone where it matters. That's the best thing a defense can do is turn the ball over. Like, I had people arguing with me about like tackles, and I was like, it's more valuable for a safety to do? Catch the damn ball, get an interception, turn it over, end that team's offensive possession. And they did that twice in the end zone. So this team was just phenomenal defensively. I do think it is clicking and coming together. And it gives me a lot more confidence that if they can find a way to sustain that, to patch together that pass rush or some of that pass rush that is now lost in Aidan Hutchinson, that this secondary is gelling. Carlton Davis is looking better. Terrion Arnold is looking better. This tandem is the best safety tandem in the NFL. That backfield is elite now. Now you just need to make sure that defensive line, specifically the edge rushing, is A1, and then you have all the makings of a top 5 flirting defense.
Yeah, I think this secondary has potential to be the best secondary I've ever seen on a Detroit Lions team. Better than the Glover Quinn, Darius Slay, James Ahegbado, Rashawn Mathis secondary. Like,
they had a stretch.
They had a stretch, and that's the only one you can compete with. But these guys, you got 2 cornerbacks that are sticky in man coverage and 2 safeties that take the ball away at any given opportunity. You cannot make a bad throw against this secondary, or you're not going to get it back. It's awesome to watch what they did against Dak Prescott, who was getting harassed. He was making bad throws left and right. Him and CD weren't on the same page, and the Lions were just feeding into that. They're feeding into that self-destruction and making the bomb go off before the fuse was lit. I love seeing what they're doing in coverage. I love seeing Kirby Joseph's coverage grade start with be a single digit. Like, his passer rating allowed is like 4 or something like that. The dude is just a monster. It's so good. It's so good, man.
Yeah, the thing, too, is, Kirby Joseph, his rookie year, I came out, and I think it was after the Green Bay game. He had those 2 picks on Aaron Rodgers. And maybe after the Dallas game. I know the exact date was like November 7th. You guys pulled the show. And at the time, I wanted to say he's going to be a superstar safety, but I couldn't find the name. I think I said Brian Dawkins initially. And it's ended up being more like Ed Reed. And that's properly so, by the way, too, the Bills and everything like that. And I get it. That's like one of the best safeties ever do it. But
the best.
First 2 years of his career, he's had 4 interceptions. He's at 4 interceptions right now, Spinney, in only 5 games.
Yep.
We have the rest of the season to continue on, too.
Mm-hmm.
He is an absolute ball hawk. He's made for that outfielder position, center fielder position. Yeah, that's what he does. And now you grab a Brian Branch alongside him.
Who just brings the pain, dude.
The Honey Brancher, baby. This guy, 3 turnovers yesterday. And like, him, I said Brian Dawkins or whoever I said, Troy Palmer, he looks like he's having fun like a little kid out there.
Yes.
Smiling like he was balling, like he was just, I don't even know what I could compare it to. Remember Majin Buu, the Kid Buu?
Yeah,
he's like an absolute fucking beast, but he's like, the whole time. Like
pure
fucking,
evil, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like cheesing, like clowning the entire time. That's what Brian Branch's game yesterday felt like. He was everywhere, destroying them and smiling the whole time doing it.
Yeah, it was great.
The closing speed really stands out to me about Brian Branch. I mean, you think about his interception in the corner of the end zone, the left corner. He was literally guarding the tight end, circled back, turned on a dime, and just mossed Dak Prescott. Like, this guy, he is by far my favorite player to watch in the whole entire NFL. He is so electric on the football field. He gets takeaways, and they were trying their hardest on that fumble to find any sort of angle.
Oh, yeah.
They were trying so hard to overturn that.
It was so obvious from the angle, like, from behind him. Like, you could see the green grass between his foot and the
I didn't think his foot landed before the ball was out. The ball was out before his foot even landed.
It hit his knee. So if it's touching him while he's out of bounds, it would be ruled down.
But they tried.
Yeah, they really did try. But you want to talk about passes defended. You want to talk about interceptions. And if he's going to start forcing fumbles now to go with it, Brian Branch, absolute game changer for this defense. When I talked about the keys this year and getting a top 10 defense, it's the blue chip elite players. And you have 2 of them in the back end that take the ball away and give it back to your offense to just run the goddamn clock out and punch them in the face. If they can keep doing this, I mean,
both of the safeties are going to be all pros this year.
It's insane.
You're going to have both of these guys are going to make the all pro team, whether it's first team or second team. I don't know. McKinney's having a damn good year as well. But yeah,
he has 5.
He's got 5.
I thought Kirby tied him yesterday. No, this fucker has 5.
Yeah, he's insane. But yeah, it's just so fun to watch them. They're so comfortable together, playing off of each other. And like you guys said, Kirby does that shit too, where he like baits quarterbacks into throws.
Yeah.
He obviously leaves a zone open or a lane open for a wide receiver, waits for the quarterback to throw it, and then breaks to where the ball's going to be and makes the play. And like I said, Kirby Joseph has 4 interceptions on the season this year. All 4 of them are in the end zone. Like, you can imagine how demoralizing that is. Being an offense, you're working, you're getting the ball down the field, you're moving it around, and then interception in the end zone. And it's just insane.
Not only that, but then what the fuck do you do in the end zone? Because you can't run the ball against the Lions.
Yep.
So you're at first and goal, you can't run the ball. So now you got to throw it, and you're throwing interceptions in the end zone. Like, what do you do? Do you just kick field goals every time you get to the red zone if you're an opponent? What do you do?
You might have to. You might have to start running some triple options or something, because it's so much fun to watch these guys go back and forth, and they feed off of it. The entire secondary feeds off of it. You saw Carlton Davis making plays and them feeding off it. Then the turnovers happen, and then the Terrion stop, and he's buckling the seatbelt. It's so much fun to watch. We're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back and figure something out. We got a couple things that we might do. We're gonna be talking Lions, but first let me tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service customers come to know and trust. I'm Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn and Dane. Find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
And you want to know where the best pregame Lions party is October 27th? Join us now at Detroit's very own second best bar in Detroit, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show, only at second best bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at LesStanford.com today.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza now has a new limited time offer. It's the wings. I'm telling you, they're good. The spicy garlic ones, those are my favorite. If you want some good wings, get these spicy garlic wings. Limited time offer only during football season, so make sure you get them while you can. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. To find one near you, go to Sorokis.com.
What up, there? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm joined by Spin More Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick, a.k.a. Hot Dog Boy. He cheated today, forgot his hot dog suit, but he's wearing a fresh jacket.
Yeah, it's the Victory Monday jacket.
You can rock the jacket over the hot dog suit, though. Probably sweating a lot, but
yeah. I mean, that suit.
It's pretty chilly today,
that suit does not smell too hot. I don't know if I want
That's part of the punishment.
Jacket. Yeah, definitely.
Bud.
I know. I would fucking.
Or take it home. You can take it home and wash it.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No,
can't wash it. That's part of the punishment. Just wearing a hot dog suit.
Yeah, I'll be in the suit tomorrow. Don't worry.
He burned it last week after wearing it.
Guys, you won't believe it. I just accidentally threw it in the fire.
It combusted.
Yeah, spontaneously. Real quick too, I see the comments about Hutch, and we addressed a little bit of that stuff. I do think they make a trade, but I don't think it's anytime soon. I think they want to see what they got or what they can make of what they've got now, because as great as Hutch was, we just got done talking about a safety tandem that we think is top of the league.
Number one.
I think Aleem McNeil showed his ass out yesterday. I think you can still cook stuff up. It just won't be what you're used to or as dominant as it could have been. But, yeah, Hutch is in our thoughts. It kind of is what it is, man. That's one of the unfortunate sacrifices of this game.
Sucks,
your body.
Man. Sucks for sure.
Absolutely. And, one thing I do want to point out that really does give me just a little bit of hope of the Max Crosby pipe dream that Lions fans are just already going for. I mean, even, what's the name? Why am I blanking? Pat McAfee. Even
Pat
referenced
McAfee,
it.
Kay Adams,
like everybody
Dan
referenced
Orlowski,
it. So
they're all pushing the agenda, and I appreciate them for it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
love
him for it too.
Yes.
But one
They
thing
started
too,
the Adams said the Jets. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but like it's progressive steps. Max Crosby pushed a coach yesterday. I mean,
He said it was a love push.
yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
that-
Shout out
I mean,
Kay. Keep
that's
pushing
what he
that
had
agenda.
to say face.
Kay
They
can push
said
any agenda she wants.
RN4L.
She can
What does that
push
mean?
whatever
She can push
wants.
my agenda.
She could love push me.
You got to. Shams is gone.
Yeah,
She's
that's
got
true.
to.
That's
Shams
true.
is gone.
Yeah.
But
I smelled
no,
her.
the
No
thing
big
I
deal.
wanted to point out too that works with the Lions is
You
that
smelled her.
Yeah, when I wrapped my arms
Wait,
around her, I
what?
gave her a big old hug. And I told her, shout out Nick.
Shout out Nick.
I just lost my train
But
of
she smelled me, so I smelled her back. It was mutual smelling.
consensual smelling.
She liked my Walmart cologne.
Hell yeah.
I liked whatever she had on. I don't know what.
She can have nothing on her. Like
You guys are having a little sniff sesh?
little sniff session.
No big
Okay,
deal.
Adams.
No big deal. Yeah,
All right, so
Town boy.
what topic are we about to do?
Chris was saying something.
I was. All I was gonna say is that it's a benefit too that Crosby's contract is actually descending in terms of cap too. So that actually fits with the Lions' structure going forward too.
Yeah.
But we got into a sniff conversation.
Sidebarred by sniffs.
Sidebar by sniffs. Speaking of sniffs, we got our markers.
Get a whiff for this.
Do you want to do the whiteboard game?
Sure.
Let's do
Whiteboard awards? I mean, what do you want to call this moving forward?
No, I didn't even.
Chat, help us out with this one. This is new for us.
I got the first question
White
here.
boys, white boards.
I don't know about that one. Chris or Nick, you got the first one?
Yeah, I got a first one, and we were already kind of discussing it, so I just want to put it out there and get your guys' firm thoughts on it.
Firm.
Will the Detroit Lions have 2 all-pro safeties?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Yes, 100%. The Detroit Lions are going to have 2 all-pro safeties. Both of these guys are going to be top 5 in turnovers when it comes down to the season, and you can't keep them off of it. Like, I understand. They're not both going to be first-team all-pro, but they're both going to be all-pro safeties.
Yes, Detroit Lions have 2 all-pro safeties, and I'm with you. I don't know. It'll be both first team.
Nah, that's a...
And bro, it's tough sledding this year, too. Obviously, you got Kyle Hamilton
McKinney.
reigning from last year. You got McKinney showing out
Antoine
this year.
Winfield.
Antoine, well, he's gone now. But,
yeah.
You got our boys, but the boys in Atlanta, too, been doing their thing.
Yeah, Jesse Bates, Justice Simmons.
That might be it off the top of my head. But they're definitely in the conversation. One of those guys is making all-pro, but I'm going to say yes. Maybe one first team, Kirby first team, and Brian Branch second.
All right, what's your question, Chris?
All right. My next question is what I talked about earlier. And can the Lions still win a Super Bowl this season without Hutch, without making an acquisition?
What was the question one more time?
Can the Lions win the Super Bowl without making a replacement acquisition for Hutchinson?
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Fight.
I don't think you can.
Fight.
I personally don't think you can. I mean, it'd be nice, but I'm not going to say you could just lose the best player in football and still win the Super Bowl. They need to replace his production as much as they can, and I believe they will. But no, if they just keep the defensive line how it is right now, I do not think they will win the Super Bowl.
Win the Super Bowl? I guess I heard it as like make the Super Bowl. I think they can, man. I know it's not what everybody wants. No, they want to hear that, but I think AG can draw something up enough with a guy like Brian Branch where he's going to help him make plays. When you don't have a pass rush consistent enough through like your front four, I think the solution to that is blitz. And with Brian Branch out there just roaming free like the Honey Brancher, I think he could be that guy for you, causing all kinds of chaos. I still have faith in this Detroit Lions team, and yeah, I think they can.
I want a name from both of you guys. Pipe dream trade acquisition for this Detroit Lions team. You can dream as big as you want, but I need a name down on the board. Think about it. You're trading 2 first-rounders or a second, or maybe you're just trading a third and getting a,
I'm doing something to be different because I already know what Spinny's is, unless he's doing something to be different too. Who's doing the countdown? Or do you want me to go?
3, 2, 1.
Garrett.
I want it.
Myles Garrett. I think the Las Vegas brass has made it very set in stone. They do not want to get rid of their guy, Crosby. Matter of fact, they've gone on and said not even for a first-round pick. That's okay, Brad. Give him a first and a second. Do what you got to do to get done. But I think what's a little bit different now is the regime over there in Cleveland that's up against it with the Deshaun Watson stuff. He has not been the guy they traded for, and not at all. Myles Garrett, he could be like that Von Miller acquisition. He's been here for a while. He's been the man for a while. He plays the run. He plays the pass. He's just fucking all over the place. I wanted to be different because Crosby was the obvious answer there, but Myles Garrett, if not him.
Yeah, pipe dream is mad motherfucking Max. But for real, I think we can get Trey Hendrickson. But the pipe dream is Mad Max. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's going to happen, but you'd want to talk about, we need to replace Aidan Hutchinson's production and his energy and his vibe, and that's Max Crosby. They both play the same way. They're both equally as productive. Again, I don't think it's going to happen. I think you have a realistic possibility to get Hendrickson, though. Yeah,
you got a Browns organization that gave up assets to acquire Deshaun Watson. I don't know. Did they even have a first-round pick this year? Is this the first year having a first-round pick? I think it's going to be, regardless of the fact they've been naked, stripped naked.
Yeah.
A lot of money to be paid out. Myles Garrett, obviously Deshaun Watson. His money's guaranteed, by the way, too. They're going to need some draft assets to cover him up.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next? I like this game.
Real quick, would you guys throw Hendon Hooker in that deal if they were asking for him? Yeah. Two first, Hendon Hooker.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a second.
I'd have to get Gardner. Yes. I'd have to get Gardner Minshew back too. Need a backup.
Yeah, is 2 first crazy? No, I don't think it is.
It's not crazy.
Not for those names. No. Yeah. 2 first and Hooker. Yeah.
It's not
respect to Hendo.
Right. Realistically.
So this was an eventful week in the Lions division. So my question is this: it sounds a little crazy, but is there a chance that the NFC North could have not 3 but 4 playoff teams? Ooh. The Bears and the Packers are tied with 4 wins apiece for last in the division.
There's no
17
countdown.
wins already on the season for this division.
I got mine for you. Hell no. To the no, hell to the no. I think the Bears are as fraudulent as it gets. You look at the teams they've beaten. I saw somewhere collectively they have 4 wins themselves. The Bears are beating scrap teams. It's tough because it's tough to read if Caleb's getting better progressively each week, or if they just keep facing garbage teams he's having finding success against. He balled out in London for sure, but the Jags have been fucking absolutely pitiful the entire season. That's the team that doesn't make the playoffs. I would bet my, dog.
Bottom dollar.
4
teams, no. No, the Bears will choke. No Diddy.
Yep, that's right.
The Bears are fraudulent. The Vikings and the Packers will probably make the playoffs, but the Bears won't.
Yeah, I'm not thinking the Bears. Nick, I know you were kind of high on the Bears during the season. Where you at with that one?
I think they do. I think all teams make it.
All 4 teams.
Oh my God!
You should parlay that. You get some good money off.
You
that.
would. The most.
I bet the Bears are. Let me check out some odds on it.
I think their line is still at the same it was, the 8.5. But 9 wins would probably get you in that scenario. It would probably be that last playoff spot would be 9 wins.
And you think about that schedule too for the Bears. It's probably not.
They definitely got a last place schedule. Yeah.
All right, who do we got? What's next? Keep them coming.
And go ahead.
It's Chris, you got one?
Okay, yeah, you want me to do one for you?
Yeah.
Well, you go. All right. So.
it's not fair to keep them wrong because it's like a last minute segment.
Yeah. No, you're good. I just had to pull up my notes here. So going off that question then, this week the Lions play the Vikings. And the Vikings are 5-0, better record than the Lions. Should the Lions at Minnesota not be favorited?
Should they be favorited?
Should they not be favorited? Because they're not currently.
Should they not be favorited?
Yeah. Or wait.
That's confusing.
I got a question.
Yeah, that's a confusing way to ask that.
I got it around the league.
So are the Vikings the favorites?
They are the favorites. Should it be the Lions?
Should the Lions be the favorites?
Yeah. Should the Lions be favored? Vikings are -1.5.
Easy, simple, straight to it. No, the Lions should not be the favorites.
Wow.
In Minnesota on the road, you just lose Aidan Hutchinson for the year, and Minnesota's playing good football. No, the Lions should not be the favorites.
Wow.
Yes. And I get it, Minnesota's at home, so that's probably why they're getting that too. But I just don't think they face a running game like ours. Beyond just the guys, the Sonic and Knuckles that we're bringing, but the offensive line too, the play action we're running off of that. I think we'd be a problem for them. I think we control that game. and their only hope, I can't say that because that defense is pretty nice. Yeah. They'd have to stop our run, and I just don't see anybody stopping our run outside of ourselves.
It's the first time this year the Lions won't be favored.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah. Not really.
At Houston,
going to an undefeated team in home, going on the road to an undefeated team's house, coming off of a bye week, and your best player just got done injured for the year. It's not that surprising to me.
Whoa,
if the Lions dominate Minnesota, what is your reaction? Says Eduardo O'Neill.
Dominate like do the Cowboys or just like?
That's my reaction if the Lions dominate Minnesota. Because I could see it coming.
Not even a little smile?
No. I mean, I'd be happy, but I'm
gonna come.
I come my pants.
I'd
This
be
division's
extremely happy,
looking scary.
but like the writing's on the wall of how they could do it. Like if they can get to Sam Darnold, they're going to be able to stop the run. They haven't played a team yet that can stop the run. So
yeah, I would come because I'm not gonna lie. I want that bye week. I do. Yes. I see what the Detroit Lions can do out of a bye week. We happened yesterday, and also these teams in the NFC, whether it's the Commanders, whether it's the 49ers might end up being like a wild card team, like they're choppy. They're kind of scary. I don't want any of those problems.
All right.
Fuck that. All right, we gotta go to break. When we come back, maybe some Tigers, maybe some Wings, maybe some more Lions. You guys let us know in the chat. But first,
let me tell you about Lady Jane's. You can walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut special. Just scan that QR code to get your coupon. Take advantage of this limited time offer from one of our talented stylists. You can get the hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, and a hot towel treatment. All of that for just $20. Scan the QR code to get your coupon today. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
Coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Have you ever thought about volunteering but don't know where to start? Start the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Visit registerthering.com to sign up for shifts. You have an option to choose 2-hour sessions at a physical site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift to raise funds from the comfort of your own home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin raising funds at any time. Traditional bell ringers begins November 7th, and it runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To sign up volunteer shifts, visit registerthering.com. What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm easy joined by Raxter, young Chris,
Hello.
Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, and a lucky winner will get Beth to wave at him through the stream.
She can cut your hair.
She could cut your hair. She can cut your hair. She break your heart. Whatever you're into. You know,
She can break my heart any day of the week.
She's broken many hearts. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure
Guarantee it. Chat. Keithos is Matty Betts coming back. Spinny, what was your reaction? That's your boy. 6.5 sacks. Loading.
Look out. He's not coming back.
No, I think he signed with
he's
Canadian
on
Football League.
the Canadian team right now.
Yeah, he's currently locked in.
They got Ukwu and Agood. Ukwu was getting some snaps at the end of the game yesterday. He was getting in there. Jerry, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, Jerry looks like frozen. It's actual like live shot. He can't move his face. Not blinking or nothing.
On his birthday, too.
On his birthday.
Love to see Dak crying on the sidelines. That was great.
Yes, I am down for that one.
Yeah. Dude, I have 2 friends that are Cowboys fans. Absolute worst. Took the loss brutal as well.
Fuck yeah.
Lions have never won a Super Bowl. It's like, dude, they haven't won one in your lifetime.
Yeah, no, that's
the lamest thing ever, dude. I hate it. I was like, well, it was Jerry's birthday. Your quarterback's crying. We put belt to ass, buddy. Like,
absolutely.
A
Cowboys fan dropped a diss song.
How's it feel?
Did you see that on Twitter yesterday? That shit was fire. All right, Nick, you want to go around the league?
Let's freaking do it, fellas. Last night, no, we're gonna start with this one. We got Trey Hendrickson, Josh Allen, Myles Garrett, Hassan Reddick, Max Crosby. Who ends up a Lion? Or somebody not on that list.
What was it? Sorry.
Trey Hendrickson, Josh Allen, Myles Garrett, Hassan Reddick, Max Crosby.
I think out of those guys, it would probably be between Josh Allen and Trey Hendrickson is
the more realistic.
Is the most, that's the most realistic, I think. Obviously, the Jaguars are absolute dog shit. They're gonna fire Doug Peterson pretty soon, and they're already out of contention. Like they're done. So they're gonna start. They already started selling off pieces. So maybe Josh Allen is one that they're looking to get away with. But I just think of Trey Hendrickson as this is a guy that asked for a trade at the beginning of the year. This is a guy that is already played under Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn when he was in New Orleans. He played next to DJ Reader. He has 17.5 sacks in a season in his career. That's the one I think would be great.
Yeah, for me, it's Trey Hendrickson. Just all the connections. If Brad Holmes is going to take a chance on someone, it's going to be somebody he's more comfortable with. You see that through his paydays he's giving out. It's always people he's either – even the guys he's brought in, he's been kind of iffy about the money. I think DJ received the most money so far. It's only on a 2-year deal. Hendrickson's got the history with the Saints, Campbell, Glenn, and the history with DJ Reader. It's going to happen, in my opinion. Like it's going to happen. I'd put money on it.
I think it's Hendricks too, just because I think that they are going to operate, a little bit like Brad Holmes always does on the margins. I don't really see him making a superstar swing. I think when he makes that superstar swing, none of us are going to see it coming. I don't think he ever operates very easy to tell. Like he never shows his hand very easily. So I don't see that. I see them actually doing, I don't know if you guys agree with this, I see him kind of doing like instead of hauling out a bunch of picks or premium picks for one big guy, is going and getting with the cap space you got 2 edge rushers. Because we already talked about, look, this team needs another edge rusher. And you aren't going to replace Hutch just off of Hutch alone. I could see him trying to operate the margins and doing two smaller transactions for edge rushers and getting 2 to complement and try to replace what Hutch is.
Go big or go home. Go for Myles Garrett. I'm not messing around. I'm trying to go out there and win a goddamn Super Bowl. Yes, I'm giving up the future assets 100%. I'm mortgaging the future for sure if you can get one of the top 5 premier pass rushers in this league, because even when you think about it, when Hutch comes back next year and you obviously don't rush him back for the Super Bowl or something crazy like that, he's way too valuable. But I'm going out and they're going to just be the top defensive end duo in the league immediately. So yeah, I'm going out. I'm going big, not going home here.
Speaking about more realistic between Myles Garrett and Crosby?
Dude, the Browns are a shit show. So maybe Garrett. I think the Raiders suck too, but yeah, I would say that. But fellas, talk about a shit show. The Dallas Cowboys, next 5 games, at 49ers, at Falcons, Eagles, Texans, at Commanders. What is their record in that slate? And do they miss the playoffs?
1-4.
Yeah, that's a hard-ass schedule.
1-4. They'll go 1-4. They'll beat the Eagles at home, but they'll lose every other game.
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
They miss the playoffs?
All the way up into what? All the way up to the Commanders game?
Yep.
Commanders are going to win that division.
Yeah, 1-4, 2-3.
Someone said that. I think it was DNC or someone said that in the chat. They called it at the beginning of the year.
Who is he? The Commanders. Left hand up. I mean, they're actually fucking sick. That defense. Dan Quinn's
I said Dan Quinn was the best coach in the NFC East at the beginning of the year, and he said I was crazy. All of you said I was crazy.
You all laughed at me.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Dan Quinn is the best head coach in the NFC East. The Cowboys are going to go 1-4 that stretch. They're not making the playoffs this year. They suck ass. They're really bad. They're not a good football team.
He is tremendous at flipping around defenses. If you go from Seattle to the Falcons briefly, and then to Dallas. Dallas had dominant defense last year. Now look at that defense is this year. No mas. I mean, obviously little injuries too. And then now the Commanders' defense was absolute fucking garbage last year. It's insane. He is legit on the defense side of the ball.
Shout out Sanders still getting his first pick.
Shout out.
You think the Cowboys missed the playoffs, Chris?
Yeah, I do. I'm not all the way. It's that division to me really does suck, honestly. Like, I think the Giants aren't like terrible, but they have terrible moments. The Cowboys, I think, could be one of the bottom teams. The Eagles, everybody wants them to be good, and they're just not as good as they should be. And
because Nick Sirianni's the worst coach in the NFL.
I mean, I can't argue against that right now.
He sucks.
But my thing is with the Commanders too is like I don't want to put all that stock into a young quarterback yet. I do think there is a chance that I don't want to say fluky, but I do think there's just always a lot of regression or room for regression when it comes to rookie quarterbacks and inconsistency. So I can't quite give the Durs that yet.
It's fair.
But they do look like the best team in the division right now.
Yeah, the Durs definitely do. Fellas, the sorry-ass Browns lost to the Eagles, and the city of Cleveland deserves to rot in hell with Stephen Kwan, a.k.a. Satan. Jameis Winston time in Cleveland?
Yeah, it definitely should be Jameis Winston time. I mean, Deshaun Watson sucks, dude. Sucks. It's bad. He literally was getting his power from hand jobs. So they either start paying someone to rub his dick or they or they put in Jameis Winston. There's literally the only options they have.
That man has Amari Cooper. I think Njoku came back this week, didn't he?
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy.
They have a pretty
Jerome
solid
Ford,
offensive line.
yeah.
Jerome Ford's kind of the receiving guy.
Nick Chubb's going to be coming back soon.
He hasn't been over 100 yards or 200 yards on the season at all. Not once.
He's bad.
He's 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a completion percentage of 61%. It's bad. I don't know what the fuck's going on. 0 touchdowns yesterday too, by the way.
Yeah, he's garbage, just like that sorry-ass city.
Yeah, fuck Cleveland.
Yeah. Fuck the Guardians.
Fuck the Guardians. Stephen Kwan. I hope the Yankees beat him fucking 17-0.
Honestly, I hope bat hits him in the face. Not even joking.
Hit him.
Yeah, for real though.
He should have did it.
Hit the Kwan.
All right, fellas. The Falcons beat up on a garbage franchise in Carolina who deserve to probably get their team taken away. Are the Falcons a top 3 team in the NFC?
In the NFC, no.
No,
I think the top 3 teams in the NFC are all in the NFC North.
And then you got the Commanders.
Yeah, and then you got the Durs.
Falcons, though.
Falcons are, they beat the Bucks. The Bucks did just put up 51 on the Saints, but the Saints looked bad.
That was also with fucking Spencer Rattler at quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like extra offensive opportunity. I
like the Falcons.
I don't know what to make of them yet. They win like ugly. Like that offense is on, and then it's off, then it's on,
Their
then it's off.
Their defense is really good.
The defense has just been the only consistent thing. I think the Falcons are a lot better than I give them credit for, though, yeah. Who we at with the NFC South? Any update on that, Nick? So Bucks?
Like you said, the Falcons are winning ugly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Top 3 teams steep, though. Maybe it was a little too steep. But kind of like what Chris said earlier, the Lions are underdogs at Minnesota with the #1 scoring offense. Is this a good value bet to get them at plus odds in this game?
What?
Lions are plus money in this game at Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. The Lions are going to win this game. I would bet that. I mean, Minnesota hasn't played a team that can stop the run yet, so Sam Darnold's not going to have that cushion. They're going to make Sam Darnold beat them. And if you got Sam Darnold throwing to this secondary, I feel comfortable in saying the Lions are going to win this game. Kirby Joseph gets another interception. Even
with Justin Jefferson going against that secondary? Because,
yes.
I mean, there is that.
Yes, even with Justin Jefferson.
Okay. It's going to be a good fucking game. I really don't know what to expect. Yeah. I'm not afraid of their offense as much as I am of their defense, if that makes sense. Like, I think now that he's got his people, Flores that is, the guys that fit his scheme. I told you that in the offseason too, by the way. I was like, I think I got better.
Van Ginkel and
Turner.
Grenard.
Yeah, he got guys that fit like what he likes to do. It'll be a good one, but I think ultimately our ability to run the football and create play action out of that is going to be the difference maker as of now. It'd be a fucking baller-ass game, though. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be betting the Lions. Shout out Spenny for the lock.
Shout out.
Always go over on rushing yards for Demont, Gibbs, Spenny. Under.
Yep, under whoever's the running back on the other team.
Don't matter.
Shout
Dude,
out.
I've been doing it every week, and it's been hitting every week.
What is it?
Over Lions running backs, under opposing team running back.
What was the question?
Oh, yeah. That was a heavyweight huddle.
That'll do it. We got to go to break. Tell us about divorce.
Listen, Kevin Catherine at KDK Law got your back. Just give them a call, guys. They will take care of you. Tell them the heavyweights to pay your first time filing fee. They got 10+ years experience and 24/7 availability. Give them a call, 248-971-0476, or just scan the QR code above my head. It's Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's '1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
I had to reread this a couple of times.
Whoa.
Not just because it's a new average. How would you like to win free bud for a year? Free weed for a year. Free smoke for a year. Free reefer. Free flower. Whatever the hell you call it. Free
wacky tobacco
for a year. Cannabis product. It's your chance to win free cannabis for a year. Compliments of Dispo Dispensary. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen, sign up, and you will be entered for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this insane giveaway. Sign up today to elevate your game. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug. You must be 21 and older to participate. Terms and conditions apply.
I
am abso-fucking-lutely signing up. I'm making everyone in my house sign up for that one. That's insane.
I'm gonna
how much
make
money
my
I'd
grandma
save?
sign up for it.
Seriously though, how much money you'd save? And how much of a great time you'd have?
Just be happy all the time.
Real quick question. Maybe I'll wait for Nick to come back on it because I want him on that one too. But maybe just jump to the Red Wings a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The Red Wings tonight against the Rangers.
The Rangers.
Not looking forward to that. That might not be too pretty. But what was pretty was seeing Cam Talbot go out there and just play his ass off. 41 for 41. Obviously, the shutout of the game. And 10 minutes after that, they put Ville Husso on waivers. He ends up clearing waivers. He's back in Grand Rapids. But it looks like the Detroit Red Wings are going to be riding with Cam Talbot and Alex Lyon going forward. I like that. That's what I thought they should have done at the beginning of the year. I thought those were the two better goalies. I was never really caught up in the Ville Husso hype. He always seems to let up the ugly goal, the weak goal, just little sliders in there. And that's not something you can do if you're the Red Wings and your defense is already not the best. Letting up these sloppy, ugly, cheap goals, that is something you can't do. Having Cam Talbot in there and seeing what he did was extremely, extremely just heartwarming. It was a breath of fresh air having a goaltender go in there and play standing on his fucking head. Like, these weren't just slappers from the blue line that he was catching, and like these were tough saves, tough scoring chances that the Wings defense was letting up. That they need to not do that as much. But Cam Talbot looked great, and he's the goaltender one going forward. You got Alex Lyon, who was good down the stretch, but kind of ran out of gas because he didn't have another goaltender on this team. Now you've got two guys that you feel comfortable with any given night out there. Ville Husso back in Grand Rapids. Nick, how you feeling?
Thank God we never have to see Ville Husso again.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you needed to respond by Talbot. I was actually at the game. LCA was buzzing. It was good to be back, and honestly, it was great for the city. We needed some momentum after that Cleveland Guardian game, and the Red Wings got it back. And Nashville's a good team. That's a really quality win to get the first one of the season. They're up against it tonight, for sure, at the Rangers.
Gonna be a tough game.
Extremely tough. They might hang like 8 on us. So to be honest, I do not like the Rangers.
Damn.
But I am really happy with what I saw out of this Red Wing team at home, specifically the goaltender. I think if you are going to get that type, you can't expect that quality of play every night in and night out. But if you're getting a somewhat around that level, this does become a playoff team.
It does.
But you need that to happen.
They were that away from making the playoffs last year. And like I said, now I'm comfortable that they're going to make the playoffs this year because you've got a tandem of goalies that you feel comfortable with. You might not have the Shesterkin, you might not have the Vasilevsky, but you've got two guys that you can put in there, and either of them in between the pipes, you feel like you got a chance to win that game. Down the stretch last year, it was just Lyon. He's not set out for that kind of workload. Neither is Cam Talbot. He's getting older. But if you can use these guys to play in different stretches for each other, you can make the playoffs with this tandem of goalies. Obviously, then you get into the playoffs, and it's whoever's hotter is getting the start every night. But going forward, I'm happy. I thought it was going to be Talbot Lyon when the season started. Ville Husso earned the start through camp and through the preseason, but he was shipped out of town as soon as he got out of the net.
Wanted to ask your opinion on the lines from Game 2 right there. They went Larkin, Kane, and DeBrincat. Is that how you would set it up and putting Raymond on that second line? Because I think he's at his best when he's obviously getting fed by a guy like Dylan Larkin. And I think he is just – I think Razor can take that next step, but I think he has to be on the first line to do so.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would keep Larkin and Raymond together on that first line. I think they did that because Patrick Kane's an absolute monster against the Preds. Like he's got like 70-something points in 80-something games in his career against the Predators, so they wanted to put him up there. But going forward, I think it should be Cat, Larkin, Raymond as your first line.
Could you see Cat and Kane on line too, or is that? I mean, would that give you some life?
Yeah, I would definitely just like to see Raymond with Larkin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I think that's extremely important. Plus, I think Kane will be able to set up a guy like Tarasenko on that second line. We know Tarasenko loves to shoot the puck. He can score, and I think Kane will feed him in really quality scoring chances. So I think that would probably be my best bet, putting Kane on that second line.
And something that I like to see in that Predators game, obviously Cam Talbot was the number one star going far and away with the 41 save shutout. The Red Wings got some ugly goals in that game, from Compher, from Kopp. These weren't just, beautiful move, wide open net goal. They were ugly. They were gross. They were on ricochets, and Red Wings haven't been getting that. They haven't been getting a lot of puck luck here the past couple of years, so it was good to see them get that early in a couple of those goals from guys in Compher and Kopp who are going to need to step up as leaders on this team.
How good is that Utah Hockey Club?
Not good, I don't think.
Because I saw them just beat the shit out of the Rangers.
I haven't seen them play yet.
I didn't watch them play either. But I saw them beat the shit out of the Rangers.
Where was it?
In Utah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, you got all those Mormons soaking. That place probably rocking.
Oh yeah,
they broke the
soaking
NBA
in the stands
and NHL beer purchases.
They were edging all game.
Yeah, soaking in the stands. Don't want to go into a bathroom in that place.
What was the score of that one?
They're just standing there. You walk in, you go to open the door. It's not even like they're just having sex in there. They're just staring at you, standing there, just soaking. It's weird.
I be soaking.
But yeah,
6-5.
Utah should be a pretty good team. Those expansion teams. Well, they're not even an expansion team.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah. They just literally went from Arizona. They just
literally went from Arizona. The Yotes had a little life in them down the stretch last year, but
Think about that name, by the way.
Should be the Soakers. should
Utah Super Soakers?
should 100% be the Salt Lake City Soakers.
Salt Lake City Soakers.
That's crazy.
Are they changing that? Is it up as like a?
No, I mean, I don't know.
They're not gonna football team it and like
Hockey
let the fans
club?
vote. I hate that.
I think they did vote.
Are they?
Like on Twitter.
Is it hockey club forever? Just
Yeah, that's horrible too. One question I wanted to ask about a specific player here, fellas. Big number 53, the leader on that defense. I want to see him a lot more involved in the offense this season. I want to see him take a step up. Do you think he has too much on his plate defensively
Yes.
to be able to do that offensively?
100%. Have you seen the stats he's put up only in these 2 games? Like block shots, defensive efficiency. The guy is just playing out of his mind. Shout out Mo Sider. He is the most important player on this team. I don't need him worry about getting up in the offense right now. He needs to make sure he's anchoring that blue line because they need him there a lot more.
the Salt Lake City
Soakers.
Super Soakers.
Just Soakers.
Super Soakers, but
That's probably copywritten.
it's fair. Soakers.
Have you liked what you've seen out of Edvinson so far?
Yeah. I mean, he
had a nice play the other night.
That's a guy I want to see get more involved in the offense. Now here's a guy. Simon Edvinson is the guy I want to see get more involved in the offense from the blue line because he has the ability to be that extra attacker on a break. He has good hands for a big guy, and he's got a nasty shot. So he's a guy I'd like to see get more involved on the offense from the blue line.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Edvinson's going to be a really key piece to this playoff push for this Detroit Red Wing team. I think his passing ability, it really stands out to me, especially on some of those long passes. He just seems to always hit the guy right on the stick.
He's got more offensive upside than Mo Sider does. And it's something that we're going to see. He's going to get more and more comfortable with the game, get more and more comfortable with his line mates and with his tandem. So hopefully he gets more involved offensively as the season moves on.
I don't know, Jim.
Jim, I don't know. Jim. I fucking hate Tony Romo.
I love Tony Romo.
What'd you guys think about Brady?
It's a good old workout at Planet Fitness because no matter where you are, there's Planet Fitness close by. More than 15 Metro Detroit, thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a friendly, knowledgeable staff, and a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Did you know that all Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training for no extra cost? Want all the perks? Upgrade to the Black Card, get easy amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. For more information, visit your local Planet Fitness or go to planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And let me tell you about the watch party. It was a blast. Great watch party live at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing, Sabbath Coffee, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Make sure you come check us out every week for the watch party and the post-game show live at Hayes Social.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Are you guys tired of that same old Detroit sports?
Merch.
Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, get yourself some brand new merch, hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, get yourself some fly, new merch.
What up? Welcome back to What Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm easy joined by Amon-Ra, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick.
Let's
Nick,
go.
You
What?
went potty.
Oh, no, I was checking something out.
I had a question for you, Nick. That's on the screen, bub.
It just says please.
Oh, please.
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Who is the leader in the clubhouse for the NFL MVP?
Jaden Daniels.
What?
Is that the noise your head made?
Yeah.
I mean, Jaden Daniels, I think he is the most.
What?
He is the most valuable player for his team. If he wasn't on the Commanders, they'd have maybe one win right now. Like, he has been absolutely insane.
It's the betting favorite. It's Mahomes.
Yeah, they're not going to give it to Mahomes. They're not going to give it to Lamar Jackson.
I don't think
They don't really give it to
They're
a running.
bad this year. Like, straight up
Yeah.
bad.
They're not going to give it to Lamar Jackson again.
What about King Henry? That's where maybe I would go with it. They don't really go to running backs for the MVPs.
It's going to be a quarterback.
I mean, I don't hate Daniels there, to be honest.
It should be Jaden
He's
Daniels.
such a baller. He is so much fun to watch.
What about Jared Goff?
How about your NFL leader in touchdowns?
Kirk Cousins? Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
20-1.
How many touchdowns does he
Last I
have?
checked.
Like 16 or 17?
Damn.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Boys, Goff keeps playing like he has. He could start to get up there. He's been lights out the last 2 games.
Goff has been insane.
Oh, I'm looking right now. I
What,
wanna
you don't
see.
agree, Chris?
So, Geno Smith
No,
has
I
the most
just wanted to
yards,
say
but
that.
his team's kind of ass right now, so fuck him.
Gino?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the NFL website to load. I apologize.
Loading. Calculating. Josh Allen?
I don't know
Sam
what the-
Darnold?
I don't know
What
the-
if Josh Allen is a big win tonight? Goes for a 4-touchdown performance against the Jets, which is probably going to happen.
He had a
wanna hear
couple
something crazy?
stinkers, though.
He did have a couple.
He had a couple
for
stinkers.
his
Josh Allen, 0 interceptions on the year.
Whoa.
It feels so good.
How
to be
crazy is
back.
that?
That's my fantasy team.
8
segment.
touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Baker Mayfield, 15 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. Joe Burrow's behind him. He ain't win no
Only
MVP.
15
though.
touchdowns.
5 picks
but
already.
15 touchdowns, bro.
That's
in
insane.
5 games.
Like, I'm just saying.
That's fucking nuts, bro. What?
if we're
Including
riding
one of those
Jay-Z,
games
games.
with the Lions where they were 1 for 7 in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like,
15.
that's crazy.
Jordan Love, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Jesus, dude. These guys already have.
And he only played, like, what, 4 games?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the
Packers,
He missed
3
2 games. Yeah, he missed 2 games.
Yeah.
So he's only played 3 games. He has 12 touchdowns?
And 6 interceptions.
That's actually fucking crazy.
He's Brett Favre in it.
That's insane.
Overrated,
What were you saying, Nick?
overrated ass quarterback.
I guess, but he's second in the league in
Reed's a
touchdowns right
dog.
now, and he only has fucking played 3 games.
Jaden Reed's a dog.
How many has Joe Flacco
There's no
got
way
on
he's
the
only
year?
played 3 games.
He has only played
1,
3
2,
games.
Fellas.
3, 4.
What are your thoughts on CJ Stroud and the 1-loss Texans? 10
CJ Stroud,
tutties, 4
oh.
picks,
Let's see where he's at.
1,577
CJ Stroud,
passing
10
yards.
touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
What's Jaden Daniels at?
Jane Daniels' odds are
600
stats?
rushing yards at least.
Yeah, no, his stats. Because I know he's probably like 73% completion percentage.
Jane Daniels, 6 touchdowns, so only 2 interceptions.
How many? What's his completion?
75% completion
And
percentage.
look how many he has rushing, though.
Baker Mayfield, on top of his 15 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage.
Jesus, man.
He bro.
Remember when they said quarterbacks were down this year?
Yeah.
After like week 2?
Yeah.
Like, they don't throw the ball anymore. Fucking, what's his name? Vegeta. What's his name?
Mel Kiper.
Mel Kiper, yeah. I wanted to say
Vegeta.
Mel Tucker, but I knew it wasn't that. He's like, they need to get rid of 2 safety looks. Like, shut up, dude. Worry about being wrong in the draft. Like,
Yeah.
Jared Goff also has 71%, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But he's been playing really, really clean since
past 2 games.
past 2 games. So, I mean, that creep up, those interceptions stay down. He is just ahead of Trevor Lawrence with 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. A lot more yards. Oh, no, not even. Trevor Lawrence has more yards. More completions, a lot more completions, though.
Sam Darnold love. They are 5-0.
Is it fucking Baker Mayfield?
It could be.
I think it is right now.
Sam Darnold love for MVP? 11
Wow.
touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's throwing 63% completion percentage. Probably me personally. Actually, I'll pull up the odds right now. I'm going to guess Baker. No, there's no
Mahomes
way
is the
he's
favorite.
best odds.
Mahomes
the favorite?
No
He is the
fucking way.
favorite, yeah.
How?
Dude, because none of
Mahomes
these
is not
guys you
how.
believe in, like, long-term, like, at the end of the season. Like, do you think that Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Jane Daniels are going to be in MVP conversations? Like,
Yes.
most people wouldn't. But
Most people are
most people aren't.
non-believers.
He's genuinely been bad
Mahomes
this
has
season.
not been good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm just saying. I feel like that's a default right now. Like, I feel like there isn't that MVP candidate that they're ready to anoint. They're just
Holy
they're
shit,
just
okay.
waiting to see which one of these teams actually stay.
And Lamar didn't throw his first interception until yesterday. But I think he's at 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He threw 2 of them things.
Lamar?
Yeah. He fucking might do it again.
They're
this
not gonna.
motherfucker.
They're not gonna give it to Lamar again.
He's playing better this year, it feels like.
Yeah,
Number
'cause
like
he's got
passing
Derrick
wise.
fucking Henry, dude.
All right.
Dude,
Favorite
that guy's
Patrick
got
Mahomes.
800 yards
Yeah, he's insane.
Who do you think the
That's
second
insane.
odds favorite is?
in 5 games.
Probably Lamar.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Josh Allen.
C.J. Stroud. And then Josh Allen. Then Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
With a losing record.
Forgot about that guy.
Jaden Daniels, 6th.
Dude, if the Commanders win their division, Jaden Daniels should win MVP.
Yeah.
Even if their division is shitty poopy.
What would Tampa Bay have to do? Get like second in the NFC?
I'm surprised Baker's
where
still
would
behind.
they have to be in order for Baker to get that MVP love? Because he's putting up MVP numbers.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess they'd have to win a lot more games, I guess, because they still have Joe Burrow
have to win
in the
their
running
division.
as well.
They'd have to win their division.
Goff is 7th best odds, just 100 over Sam Darnold, 200 over Jordan Love, and then 600 over Baker Mayfield. I don't hate it. Who would you put your money on right now?
Jaden Daniels.
There's no way.
If they win the division, bro,
not a chance.
All right, I'll put my money on.
He's got the
He's not
flash.
winning MVP.
He's got the
He's
flash.
got the flash, man. He's got the sizzle.
Yeah.
If I had to put my money on anybody, I'd put it on Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm going C.J. Stroud. Just because I can see the Bills, their record kind of falling a little bit, where C.J. Stroud probably continue winning some more.
Unless
I'll go Mahomes.
Unless the Jets fall
Mahomes
apart
MVP
too.
this year.
I think that offense is finally gonna get going, and I think they might only have like 2 losses.
All the receivers are dead.
But they might be 15-2.
They'll come back though.
And you guys know they love to
was tough.
You know they love to ride Mahomes, so that wouldn't surprise me in the least bit.
Patrick Mahomes used to ride him fast.
You know what's crazy is I've been seeing the Calvin Ridley stuff. I guess he's pissed off in Tennessee right now. Chiefs, pick up the phone, grab him, Calvin Ridley. But Mahomes right now 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It's more than
Good.
I think that's leading the league.
Yeah, that's not good now, but I still just think it's early.
I'm
And
with
I
you,
think
Nick.
that they might only lose like 1 or 2 games.
They're gonna get healthier. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah, they're still undefeated and they haven't played well.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I feel like these other teams, a lot of these other teams are gonna regress to some sort of mean. One of these teams that we mentioned that's like looking at like, are they real? Are they not? Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Washington. One of those teams is gonna survive, but I think probably 2 of those teams are gonna kind of sink at some point in the season. And I think if it comes down to it, who are you gonna pick? Like Sam Darnold, or you're gonna pick Patrick Mahomes, face of the league, a Super Bowl champion, going for a 3-peat. Like
Fuck Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
He's a bum.
Okay.
Let's go to break. Come back. Do some mailbag. Tell us about Boys and Girls.
The Boys and Girls Club is the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. Boys and Girls Club
James
of
Cook
Southeastern
out.
Michigan's 3C Sports League. Damn it. I have him in fantasy. Offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from. Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point are all locations. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks to register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation are included, all with the chance to play the championship at Ford Field where the Lions play for just $175 per child. So put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sport.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Fuel your fandom with a perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. This is the mailbag segment. Send in your questions and we shall answer. First question, Spinny. It's coming from Katie. She asks, what's the gap between David Montgomery and Derrick Henry?
About probably like 6 inches and 30 pounds.
Talking about your cack?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's just Derrick Henry light. Like that's they play the ball the same way, they run the same way. They're similar punishing running backs. Derrick Henry's just a freak of nature with his size and speed.
Yeah, he's fucking
for how big he is, how fat, he never gets chased down. Like when he gets
makes no sense.
When he gets in the open field, he runs by everybody. And he's so big. Like Derrick Henry is one of the greatest like specimens I've ever seen in my life.
By far. Yeah, I think he's probably the money, 6 inches. I'd say 60 pounds, maybe.
You put Derrick Henry behind this Lions offensive line, he'd rush for 3,000 yards, dude. Like, it would be unfair.
Yeah, it really would. Like, they'd have to make like some type like Derrick Henry running through a clean hole as consistently as like you can on this Lions team, going up against like secondary members. Come on, what are we doing? Yeah, I'd probably say that. I mean, Derrick Henry's just more of a specimen. He's stronger, maybe faster. Is Derrick Henry faster than David Montgomery at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say there's a tier. They're a tier apart.
They're a tier apart for sure.
Nick?
Derrick Henry's in like the demigod tier.
Yeah. I say D-Mont's a little more shifty in my eyes.
I could say that. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
That's fair.
The biggest thing that stands out to me. Do you think they can ride Derrick Henry all the way to a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Taking a lot of that pressure off Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I think him and Lamar Jackson could definitely be a tandem that gets you to a Super Bowl and ends up winning a Super Bowl because you know what wins in the playoffs, and it's guys like Derrick Henry. But before we do more mailbag, I said we were going to get to this, and we didn't.
When the hell the Wings call out Marco Casper?
I don't know.
They did or didn't?
No,
when?
Yet. What about what's his name? Bunetchov or Bunetskov?
What'd you call me?
Second round pick from 2022 has, I think, 13 points in 12 games in Moscow in the KHL. Yeah, dude. But Jordan Lewis, you're a bitch. Chris, put this up. Oh, yeah. Jordan Lewis talking all that shit, talking about, I'm good. I'm going to strap down Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown clowned his ass, and then he's in the locker room playing Walking Your Trap, Take Over Your Trap.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis DMs him and says, you a bitch. Amon-Ra St. Brown clowns him by putting it on Instagram for the world to see. And then Jordan Lewis complains about that too. He says, that was between me and him. He decided to show the world. Jordan Lewis, you are a certified bitch. Like, I respect it. You know, you're a Detroit guy. Fuck you. You're a Michigan fan. You're a Michigan alum too. Michigan sucks. But this is such a pussy move. Like, don't get in your feelings to DM somebody and then be like, that was between me and him. He doesn't even follow you. He doesn't care. He had to accept the message request because you mean that little to him. You got cooked. Take the L. Keep going. Stop being a little pussy about it on social media.
That's honestly kind of hilarious. I listen. I'm obviously Team Amon-Ra St. Brown on this one. Jordan Lewis, I know you're a son of the city. I respect you, and I think you've been playing fairly well this season. 2 targets, 2 receptions yesterday, though. Shout out to Khalif Raymond.
Getting cooked by Leaf.
Just let it go, brother. Like
some tea.
And honest with you, like I'm kind of with them on like why are you sharing it? Because like why that is kind of between you guys. But like let it go. There was no need for you to even be on his story in the first place. That is kind of weird for you to be on his story after getting the ass whooped. Like you just want to see. Like, are you a fan of Amon-Ra? Is there genuine jealousy? He's playing for your Detroit Lions. He's winning with your Detroit Lions, the team you grew up watching. I think that's what it might be.
This is sad. Like
I think that's why Amon-Ra did emojis.
I like the chat. I like the chirping. I like the talking on the field, especially from cornerbacks. You got to do that. But to message him and call him a bitch is one thing, and then to cry about it that he posted it, like get over yourself, man. You're the 3rd best corner on your own team.
Nick, apologize, you mid you on there. That's my bad.
Oh, it's been a long Monday.
You got a Lions shirt.
But,
You
yeah.
got a Michigan shirt on. A Lions jacket.
I will never forget the one-handed pick versus Wisconsin that
nasty.
sealed the game
That was
for
nasty.
Jordan Lewis. But yeah, I think this is honestly just him being jealous that he's not on this Detroit Lions team when they
just
are
bitter, man.
They're obviously they got way more. They have way more aura than the Dallas effing Cowboys. They don't have Dak Prescott crying on the goddamn bench. That's probably why he's so damn salty. His quarterback's crying mid-game, getting their ass kicked down 40.
And I hate to break the news to you, Jordan, but if you were on this Lions team, you wouldn't be starting. You'd be seeing a lot of special teams work, for sure. But you wouldn't be starting on this Lions team.
It's fucked up because I actually like Jordan Lewis. I hate that he has to do this because I have to choose sides, and I'm going to pick Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week.
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm not.
You gotta
Stop
let it
being a
go.
little puss, dude. Like, get over it. You got
Let
your
it go.
ass whooped. Your team got fucking shoved their dick in the dirt. Get over it, man. Shitty
is
poopy
weird.
Cowboys.
Definitely weird. Can't even acknowledge your 2 for 2.
No.
2 targets, 2 receptions.
Like T, you're getting cooked with leaf. Like it, dog. Bro's getting absolutely murked out there by our fourth receiver.
Mailbag.
Shout out Leaf. He's a real one. Mailbag.
Did you answer the Casper question, Nick? When is he getting called up?
He should be up right now, honestly. I think Casper's an absolute
Who you
dog
taking
that
off
can
the
help this
roster?
He a
team.
fan. He a fan.
Fisher.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Fisher,
Why?
dude.
I mean,
How'd you...
You need guys like that, dude.
Some grinders that
need
can't
some
score the goddamn puck.
Hey, he got on. You remember that heater he was on last year? Scored like 4 straight games. No, you're not
Some clutch ones, too.
You're not bringing up Casper to put him on the 3rd or 4th line.
Fisher got the white lightning, don't he?
But if he helps
Get the
this
white
team
lightning?
win,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you?
Because
I would put him on the 3rd.
Because that's
I
not
don't
what
think
he
Cobb's
is,
top
man.
shit.
He's a top 6 guy.
Right now, though, as a young rookie,
No,
you don't think he could be your 3rd line center?
you'd rather him getting top 6 minutes in Grand Rapids than being buried in the depth chart.
Think he'd play 16 minutes a game? 3rd
Probably
line?
not. Does Fisher play 16 minutes a game?
Fisher blows.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I
You
don't
need some grinders out
Not
there,
a big
though, man.
Fisher fan, but I think he could help you, and that's where I'm at. I'm not in the business of keeping very talented young players down if I think they can help you, and I think Casper could.
I mean, I don't hate it.
I believe this one was from Paul Thomas. It got passed through the chat. What is Brian Branch's ceiling? For me personally,
First team All-Pro.
yeah, I think he'd be that. I think
Defensive player of the year
steps
level.
below or just on the path of. And I people are gonna hate me saying this, but I'm gonna say once more, and it's not calling him Troy Polamalu. He's our version of Troy Polamalu. He is that. You see the instinct. Go back tonight. Watch that first interception. He baited Dak Prescott into that. He covered one guy in the flat, forcing Dak to make that throw because he's looking at that side of the field, and our defensive line is barreling down him. RIP, Hutch's leg. He'll be back, though.
He'll be back.
But then drops back and then gets the interception. He is him. He also, remember the dominant performance he had against the Falcons last year? Brian Branch's ceiling is all-pro, yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Victory Monday. For Easy, Nick, Chris, I am Spencer. Again, prayers up and a speedy recovery for Aidan Hutchinson. Hopefully he's doing well and on the mend. But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you watching. Smash that like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tigers tomorrow. Chris Illich, you're getting it, bud.
Oh.